This is episode 56, part 3 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. As usual, we'd like to remind you to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they're still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm Jemima Duffield.
Good day, folks. My name is Ngaro Kamwe.
This will never get old.
Yeah.
So we start off with football.
Yeah.
So there was the League Cup semis, and we had Arsenal versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
Arsenal won that 2-1.
Yeah.
That was at the Emirates Stadium.
Yeah.
And then we also had Bristol versus Man City.
Yeah.
And that ended 2-3 in favour of Man City.
Yeah.
At the Ashton Gate Stadium.
Yeah.
And of course, anyway, yes,
Yeah.
just go on. No, yes.
So
take it away.
Arsenal peeping Chelsea in aggregate 2-1 and earning a place in the final. So did Manchester City. Manchester City had actually won the home game 2-1. Then, total of aggregate, it was 2-3. 3-5.
3-5,
Yeah, 3-5, I beg your pardon. Sets up a date on Sunday, 25th February, between Manchester City and Arsenal. What do I think about it? Man City have had an easy run to the final. They haven't really been tested, but they've played some very good ball. Goals, even the goals from Sane, Aguero, some solid performances by De Bruyne out the last minute goal, some solid performances by Manchester City. Arsenal were able to grind out a win versus Chelsea over the 2 legs, and Chelsea is a big name. I'd actually had some of the big names there. Eden Hazard is the one who scored in the semi-finals. So when they come up against Manchester City again, it boils down to form is going to be thrown out of the window. It's going to be who is there on the day.
Yeah.
And it should be an interesting one. Man City, Pep Guardiola is gunning for his first title in England. Arsene Wenger is gunning for a win because he doesn't have anything, and chances are he won't get anything this season. So it should be an interesting battle on the 25th of February between Manchester City and Arsenal.
And sorry, I think that's one even I have to watch.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be there wherever you are. Yes, I'll be your +1.
No worries, that's fine.
All right, then moving on to the hot transfer news.
Yes.
So ones that stand up for me are Alexis Sanchez moving to Man United, and Theo Walcott moving to Everton.
Yes.
Any that stood out for you?
Alexis Sanchez, a deal complete. It was a straight swap for Henrik Mkhitaryan. Sanchez should be a decent fit from a footballing perspective. He should be a decent fit at Manchester United. My only issue is that, look, he's being paid £544,000 a week. Steve, just to echo the words of Steve McLaren, former United assistant manager and England manager, and he said that it's likely to cause some dressing room tension because of the disparity in his salary and the rest of the players. So we just wait and see how he's going to be able to mesh with the rest of the team, because these salary issues are delicate. People should not look at them like they're not a problem. Henrik Mkhitaryan at Arsenal is going to get more game time at Arsenal, and he reminds me of a guy Arsenal signed about 10 years ago, some guy called Alexander Hleb, and decent talent, and if used well by Arsene Wenger, he can be a great asset to Arsenal. So we just wait and see how Mkhitaryan fits into the Arsenal lineup. Theo Walcott, you said he's ended his romance with Arsenal after 10 years or thereabouts. Now moving to Everton. I think it's a good move for Walcott. I've always felt pity for Walcott because Walcott was never an issue of talent. It was an issue of he just got so many injuries. And he was unable to finish the season. And whenever he was speaking, injuries would come, and he was unable to complete the season. Therefore, we've been unable to see what Theo Walcott has to offer. So he leaves Arsenal because he'll be unable to get a lot of game time, and he goes to Everton to link up with the likes of Wayne Rooney. So I think he should be a good fit. But the one everyone is talking about right now is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So for those who've watched football for a while, will remember that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang broke into the scene in 2012 at the African Cup of Nations that was being hosted by Equatorial Guinea. He had a very successful tournament. He and Christopher Katongo of Zambia were the standout players. But he's a hitman. He plays very well for Borussia Dortmund. Arsenal have bid, I think, 50 million pounds, and Dortmund are insisting they want 60 million pounds. If they're able to complete that deal, I think it's going to be a good fit to Arsenal, because Arsenal are in need of a hitman, and Aubameyang brings that. My only fear is that, and that's what we always see, is that you move from any other league into the English Premier League, and it's very hard for you to adapt to what's at the English Premier League, because the Premier League is physical, you know. So will he be able to adapt? I don't know, but based on his natural talent, I think Aubameyang is an excellent fit for Arsenal, and if Arsenal are able to complete that deal, should be a good one for them.
All right.
Yeah.
So we move on to tennis.
Yeah.
And we had the Australian Open.
Yeah.
So with the women,
we
had Caroline Wozniacki against Simona Halep in the final, and Caroline Wozniacki won that.
Yes.
And then with the men, we had Roger Federer and Marin Cilic.
Yes.
Yes. So give us a little more on that.
Caroline Wozniacki, Danish, she's been the world number one, I think 2011 and 2012. She finally lands a Grand Slam victory. She has never been a Grand Slam winner after 43 attempts.
Wow.
So she beat Simona Halep.
What a feeling.
Yeah. She beat Simona Halep at the Rod Laver Arena in Australian Open, and has the bragging rights as the first Open or Grand Slam winner for 2018. The men's final was between Roger Federer and Marin Cilic. Unfortunately, I was hoping I was going to see a Federer versus Nadal, but Nadal pulled out early because of injury. So Federer looking to make it his 20th Grand Slam win, and he was able to do that 3-2 versus Marin Cilic. I must say that Cilic did push Federer. It wasn't an easy outing for Federer, but Roger Federer able to show how much of a class athlete he is and has been for the last 15 years or thereabouts. So kudos to Roger Federer, again bragging rights for the beginning of 2018. He's the first Grand Slam winner and 20th Grand Slam overall. So for the girls and boys who love their toys, we had the Dakar Rally. Exactly. I like that. For boys and girls who love their toys. So Dakar Rally, just a brief history just for guys to understand where it came from. It started in 1978, and it used to run from Paris to Dakar. So they would ride down Europe, then get to Gibraltar, use the ferry, then come right from North Africa down to Dakar in Senegal. In 2008, the Dakar Rally didn't happen because of insecurity in West Africa. I think in this specific instance, it was Mauritania. And the people behind the Dakar Rally decided to move it to South America. So in 2009 was the first time they're in South America, and it has been in South America ever since. It's unfortunate because Dakar was Dakar, Africa, but they decided to move it to South America. Anyway, it ran from the 6th of January to the 20th of January through 3 countries, through Peru, Argentina, and Bolivia. Started in Lima in Peru and ended in Cordoba in Argentina. And the first 4 guys, I must say, Carlos Sainz, who was a former rally guy, and he was big in the Safari Rally days. So Carlos Sainz was a winner for this year. Nasser Al-Attiyah, the 2011 and 2015 winner, was number 2. Number 3 was Janelle de Villiers, South African winner, 2009. And the person, multiple champion, he's won a couple of Dakar rallies, Stefan Peter Hansel, finishing 4th. So it's not only cars, by the way. You have trucks, you have bikes, you have quad bikes. It's an interesting, for the rally fans, it's a very interesting 14 days or thereabouts of rallying. So congratulations to Carlos Sainz for this year. Unfortunate performance, Stefan Peter Hansel lost a couple of hours. He was the one who was leading for the beginning. But Carlos Sainz able to get back into it and beat Peter Hansel in this year's Dakar Rally.
Well, that's it on the rally. So we move on to our bonus topic. And this time we're talking about what is the greatest choke of all time that you've seen. Of course, in terms of sports. So mine would be Usain Bolt. Yes. I
already know which one it is.
I know, right? I just had to. I mean, you know, me being such a big fan. So Usain Bolt, August 2011, World Championships in Daegu. And he was disqualified for a false start in 100 meters. And this was when they'd introduced the 1 strike and you're out, because normally, you know, you'll have a false start, then you'll get a warning, and that was it. And I mean, you could just see he was fuming after that. And I remember his teammate Johan Blake went on to win it 9.93 seconds. So yes, that for me, I mean, because I know how bad a false start can be. And I mean, even the second time round, you're so jittery, you'd rather go after the clappers gone. So you're like, So yes, that was the biggest one for me. What about you?
I remember that one, like, immediately it was a false start, and you could hear the commentators saying, I think it's Usain Bolt, I think it's Usain Bolt, and then it was Usain Bolt, and you're like, I don't even want to watch this race, because none of the big guys was in that other race. I mean, Tyson Gay was in there, Justin Gatlin, Johan Blake was just starting his career. So yeah, I do remember that one. For me, a couple of things. Locally, by the way, I'd mention KCB, Kenya Cup final in 2010. They choked, leading 21-3 at halftime, losing to Kenya Harlequins. I think about Impala in the 2016 season. They had a very good season, only to lose in the final to Cabras. A couple of basketball, I think about Miami Heat in 2011 when they lost to the Dallas Mavericks. LeBron James being part of the Miami Heat then. I think about 2016 NBA Finals. Golden State Warriors being 3-1 up and losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. In football, there's Brazil in 98 having dominated the tournament and then losing the finals to France. I think about one of the best games I've ever watched in my life. AC Milan versus Liverpool, UEFA Champions League final in 2005. Milan leading 3-0 at halftime. Liverpool claw back 10 minutes, score 3 goals, go on to the penalty shootout and beat Milan. That was also a choker for me by AC Milan. But for me, the biggest choke and the one that has been a topic in sports has always been the All Blacks in 99, 2003.
I thought about that. I thought about
99, 2003, and 2007. 99, likes of John Alomu, Tana Umanga, Tane Randall, solid team, and Byron Kelleher, Andrew Martins, and number 10, and they went on to be beaten by France in the semi-finals. Christophe Dominici and Christophe Lamezon having a very good game. 99, 2003, Dan Carter's come in, Joro Kokoko, Mills Muliaina, Doug Howlett, again stellar cast. Everyone is thinking they're going to get to the finals, semi-finals. What happens? Sterling Mortlock intercept try, New Zealand are out. 2007, Dream Team, Richie McCaw, Dan Carter, Mills Muliaina. Everyone thinks they're going to make it to the final. They're up against France in the quarterfinals, and they choke, and they lose. So it was so big to the point that there used to be this meme that used to go around that, and they would have the sign of Coke, the soda, and it would be choke, like sponsors of the All Blacks. That's how big it was. Before even they won the World Cup in 2011, they published the names of all the players who had a chance to win the World Cup from 1991 to 2007 and who had failed. So up until they broke the jinx in 2011, I think, to me, the biggest choke I ever saw in sporting history was the All Blacks on those 3 World Cups and the teams that they had. So for me, that's my pick.
Wow. All right, guys, what was your biggest choke? Remember, you can tell us by liking our page on Facebook, following us on Instagram, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Delima Doppio.
And I'm Naraka Buya.
See you in episode 57.